Hello everybody, Adele and April here from Just Say Scrap. We have been very lucky to be able to connect with our close to my heart Twisted Sisters this time around. So what we are going to be doing here is we are going to be taking some products from our brand new March and April idea book, and we're going to be twisting them up into different ways that they might not be typically used for. So we are super excited to show you what we have done. So here it is. So to start off, Mom and I went into our design space and grabbed a few images from a few of our close to my heart exclusive Cricut collections. Then we actually cut out this stencil sheet using our flower market pieces, and we manipulated things. We cut it on our stencil sheet, and then using our Distress Oxide inks decided to make a background. We haven't yet used anything from our March and April catalog, but we wanted to use a few different elements from our core catalog to set up our pages here. We are making a 2-page spread today, and we hope by the end you see what we have decided to design. So as you see here, I'm using our mini ink blending tools along with our foam for them to create these pages. And using some washi tape, we held down the stencil so that the paper didn't move. We are also doing this on our black cardstock because the Distress Oxides really show up very nicely and were perfect for what we were trying to do. So the 6 Distress Oxides that we used for this project are Peacock Feathers, Spiced Marmalade, Mustard Seed, Mowed Lawn, Antiqued Linen, and Chipped Sapphire. We did find as the ink started to dry on the paper, they did lighten up significantly, so you can't really tell in the end that the Spiced Marmalade is an orange, but it didn't really matter for what we were doing. They definitely gave us that distressed look that we wanted for our project, and it worked perfectly. So we took our Oasis holographic paper here and used our micro-tip scissor, which are the best scissors on the market if we do say so ourselves, and we made some water along the bottom of our page. And here you will see our Cricut Design Space files come to life. We cut some of them out in regular cardstock, and others we did use some of our mix-in papers from the March and April catalog, and we also did use some of our papers from the Daisy Meadow paper pack. So to put this page together, we used some of our Tombow Mono Liquid Glue along with glue dots, liquid glass, and other adhesives like that. We decided to use some of our gold embellishing thread to make the vines more realistic, and it just really made the page pop. We also used some of our thin and thick 3D foam dots and or tape, whatever you prefer to complete your projects with. So as you see, we just kind of went along and glued everything down on the page. It did take a little bit of time because we had so many different elements, but hopefully by the end you will see why we did this. We also forgot to mention before that when we were doing the Distress Oxide inks, we were actually using our all-purpose mat underneath to make sure that our table space did not get messy. This time around, you can see that we do have one VersaMat because unfortunately we didn't have 2 of them with us at the time, but we do like using our VersaMats to kind of make sure that we can measure when we are doing a project or anything like that. So these are 2 essential tools to really have in your craft room. And as we put our finishing touches up on this page, you can now see the entire thing put together in this image. Anyone have any guesses so far of what it's going to be? So now we're going to be bringing in a few more elements from our brand new catalog. As you see here, we have some PML cards, and you will see in a few seconds, we're about to bring in some brand new thin cuts. The one that's going through the machine right now is actually from our core catalog. It is our window thin cuts, which we are going to be making into a boat. These 3 girls are brand new, however, from March and April. They're called our Besties collection. We will tell you their names as we color them, but we have our tri-blend markers here, which work wonders. So first we're going to be putting together our boat using our window thin cuts here, and the paper that the boat is actually cut out of is from our Daisy Meadow collections. So here you see that I actually did cut off the bottom half of the girls, but that's because they're going to be going into our boat. So we've decided to base these girls off of the 2 of us and one of my friends. So this first one I'm coloring, her name is Olivia. She is in pink because I love pink. And this next one we are coloring, she is named Kelsie. Super cute, love her hair. This is based off of my friend Katie. And then this last one that I'm just coloring her hair right now, this one's based off of Mom, and her name is Lucy. Super cute. All of them have their own little personalities, and we definitely loved working with them for this project. And as you can see now, we're putting them in a boat on top of a PML card, which will be going into a flip flap. And it's just so cool that you can use something so small like the window thin cuts to create a boat. So now you kind of see me cutting out these little things. Maybe you've noticed that I'm cutting them into circles and putting them onto the girls' heads. Well, if you know anything about me, this is a Disney themed layout. So of course we had to give our girls some Mickey ears. So we are using our Daisy Meadows paper here to cut out different designs for those Mickey ears. And you can see here I'm actually using one of our journaling pens to sketch out how the ears are going to look. So not only are journaling pens great for journaling and doodling on your pages, but you can also draw things with them to cut out as well. So paper dolls like these Besties are definitely something that I'm always drawn to because there's just so many different things that you can do with them. Just by changing some small little details on their outfits, they become completely different people. Also, if you really wanted to, you could actually stamp them also on designed paper and cut it out to go over their clothes. So now you see how this flip flap fits on this page, and we're just going to add a few more things to this layout. So the last thing you saw me doing there was actually putting some of the Daisy Meadow dots on some of the flower middles to make it actually look like a flower. This flower is actually from our March month of the year stamps. As you can see, it is super cute, and if you haven't checked out our month stamps yet, you really should do so. We just had our January and February come out, and now we have March and April, and Close to My Heart let us know that they are going to be around all year long. As you see, we've now added that flower to our flip flap to make a little tab to open, and we color the back black just to make it look neat. Now we're just adding some of our liquid pearls to those dots on top of the flowers, just to actually make them look a little bit more realistic. And now that our finishing touches are done, do you know what it's based off of yet? Well, here it is. If you guessed It's a Small World, the Safari Room, you are correct. So we hope that you enjoyed our twisting of the Daisy Meadows paper pack and the mix in paper packs to create a safari layout, even though it is more of an Eastery theme. It's sometimes really fun to think outside of the box and think, what else can I do with this kit or this pack or this stamp, just like we did with the March month of the year stamp by using the flower on the flip flap and making it the colors for this layout. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope that you've enjoyed it. Make sure that you check out the rest of the videos in this Twisted Sisters loop. And before you leave us to go over to Amber's page, make sure you hit that like, subscribe button. We are on Facebook under Just Say Scrap, and you could also subscribe to us here at our YouTube channel. We had a lot of fun, and we'll see you next time. And what would a Just Say Scrap channel be without a bunch of outtakes? So here you go. Voiceover work is not my forte. And using some washi tape, we've glued. So here we took our Oasis holographic paper, and then we just glued everything down to make our catalog to try and bring in a few more elements. And you can see I'm actually using one of our journaling pens to make the little. So just to ready. I'm cracking up listening to these, and I hope you are too. We'll see you next time.
Oh boy.